The elevator! It is a lift, Captain. We need gas.
Petrol.
This is an apartment.
Nice flat, a lovely job.
If these American and British English differences drive you crazy, stick around. In the next few minutes, we're demystifying 15 crucial distinctions you must know. Whether you're learning English for travel, work, acing exams like IELTS or TOEFL, or just for the sheer joy of it, knowing these distinctions will seriously boost your confidence. You'll understand native speakers way better and avoid those awkward moments. So let's get started. Hey English learners, and welcome back to my YouTube channel English with Speaker. My name is Tanya. That's right. Today, we are diving deep into this fascinating and sometimes confusing world of American versus British English. We'll explore 15 key differences between English vocabulary and English pronunciation that are essential for your learning journey. Understanding these English differences will make a huge impact. First up, let's tackle some common vocabulary differences. I'll show you the American English word and then the British English equivalent. Pay close attention. Number one, and what Americans call an elevator, the British call a lift, a lift.
You impressed that I know what it's called?
Maybe I'd give you a lift home.
Oh, good. Well, in London, they call elevators lifts, so you're going to give me an elevator home? No, thank you.
Okay, let's go.
Number two. In the United States, you live in an apartment, but in the United Kingdom, you live in a flat. Next one, number three. Americans go on vacation, while Brits go on holiday. Though holiday in American English means some specific day like Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Well, have you been able to spend much time with the girls from the years?
Holidays, vacations. 2 years ago, we all went to Italy together.
Number four, and those crispy, salty snacks. Americans call them chips, while Brits call them crisps. Quite a tricky word to say. Crisps. So what are chips in the UK? Well, that's our number five. What Americans call French fries, the British call chips. Yeah, like in fish and chips. Number six, and a sweet baked treat. Americans say a cookie, but Brits say biscuit. A biscuit. An American biscuit is something quite different, more like a salty scone. Number seven, and the sugary stuff that all kids like, and me. Americans call it candy, while in the UK they say sweets. Number eight, and a large vehicle that transports goods. In the US, it is called a truck. But in the UK, it is called a lorry. Number nine brings the fuel for your car. In America, it's gas, short for gasoline. But in Britain, it's petrol. And number 10, where you walk beside the road. Americans call it a sidewalk. And Brits say pavement. Be careful, because pavement in American English is the road surface itself. That's a common point of confusion. That's a lot of essential English vocabulary. Which of these American or British English words did you already know? Drop a comment below. Remember, neither American nor British English is better or more correct. They are simply variations of this beautiful language. The goal is always a clear communication. Understanding these nuances in English vocabulary and English pronunciation will definitely help you connect with more people. Now let's switch gears and listen closely to some key English pronunciation differences. Pronunciation can be a big giveaway whether someone speaks American or British English. Here are some key sounds that differ. The R sound. In general American English, the R sound is usually pronounced, especially when it comes after a vowel, like in car, car, or bird, bird.
Climate change comes from animal production. That's more than every car, bus, boat, truck.
Oilbird is a common name for a bird in the goatsucker order.
In many, though not all, British English accents like RP received pronunciation, this R is often silent unless it is followed by a vowel. So car sounds more like car, and bird sounds more like bird, bird.
Alternatively, you could buy a car powered by gasoline.
Or as the Athenians called them, the Persian bird.
Next one is this sound. In American English, this is often a short sound, like in cat, bath, ask, dance.
It might be a hot bath. It might be calling a friend.
But when you ask, do you trust your city councilor? Do you trust your mayor? Well, you must dance. You must have fun. You must.
In RP, received pronunciation, it is often a long R. Bath, ask, dance.
And I gave him his bath and put him in his Batman pajamas.
Here's a really important question to ask yourself.
It happens when I dance, when I'm acting.
Next one, and the T sound in the middle of words. Americans often pronounce between vowels as a quick D sound. This is called a flat T. For example, water sounds like water. Better sounds like better.
In California, we don't have a water problem as much as we have an agriculture problem.
And I got into it because I wanted to help people feel better.
British speakers will often pronounce a clearer T sound. Water, better.
Which is a mixture of cornstarch and also of water.
What venues need to do better in order to sort of better represent the sort of work that you're describing?
Though some British accents, like Cockney, may use a glottal stop instead. Listen.
Cockney, can I get a bottle of water?
Next one, and the O sound. In American English, this is often an unrounded sound. For example, hat, step.
Incredibly small, incredibly hot, incredibly roiling mass.
Until we stop harming all other beings, we're still savages.
In British English, I'm talking about received pronunciation. It is more often a rounded sound. Hot, stop. More like the O in ot, hot, stop.
But while they're hot, they're really good as a dessert with some custard. Amazing.
We need to stop asking only what job comes next and start asking what career possibilities am I curious about?
And the last one is this word. I will give you a couple of seconds to read it and we'll check which English you prefer, British or American. So Americans typically say schedule, schedule, while Brits often, though not always, say it as schedule, schedule. This one has a bit more variation even within each country, but it's a well-known difference. And there you have it. 15 key differences between American and British English. Which of these were new to you? Or are there any other English differences that you find particularly tricky? I'd love to hear from you, so please share your thoughts in the comments below. For more fantastic questions, like, share, and subscribe.